Alrighty boys, so welcome back. In this video, we're gonna be covering a big topic right now, obviously, because every single one of you guys watching this is probably experiencing it, and that's the winter season. A lot of you guys are probably shitting the bed right now, a little scared for your business. I don't blame you, right? Of course, things do slow down in the winter. It is not fun, not ideal to be working in these conditions, but hey, it's just part of what we do. If you can learn how to operate in the most efficient way and still continue to get clients consistently throughout the season, it's really not that big of a deal. So in this video, I'm gonna be covering two topics. One is going to be actually how to operate, so actually being out on site doing the service in these conditions when you're dealing with freezing water, freezing temperatures, and just a shit overall experience. I want to show you guys how you can make it the best for you and your employees if you have a team. And then two, I'm going to be covering exactly how I switch my marketing during the winter to still attract high quality clients and still stay busy. Because I'll tell you, last winter I had some of my biggest months because I was able to implement these things. So make sure you guys stay tuned into this video because I'm going to be giving you a ton of valuable information. And what I'm going to be saying in this video could possibly be the difference from you going out of business or thriving this winter. So let's jump right in. So if any of you guys are experienced or have been in business for at least a year, you guys know working in the winter isn't just shit. It's a logistical nightmare. Your water freezes, your piping freezes, your pressure washer has problems, soap turns into slush, and every single surface freezes mid-detail. And if you're not able to adapt to these circumstances, you're either gonna burn out or get bad results for your clients. So first is products. We obviously spend a lot of money on products. They're not cheap, and if they freeze, they're obviously useless, right? So that's a simple fix. Just don't keep your products in your vehicle overnight. Take them out, put them in your house, your garage, just somewhere they're not going to freeze. Now, if you have a water tank in your mobile setup, there are two options. First, you could decide to leave the tank in the setup and you can insulate and heat it. You do this by wrapping the tank in insulation. You can also use a submersible electric water heater that you could just dip into the tank and have running while your generator's on. Then option two, you could just ditch the tank completely and optimize your setup to use your client's utilities. Now, either one you could run into problems with, but if you opt to using your client's utilities, you're most likely going to run into less. It's going to be easy. The only problem you're really going to have is if your client's spigot freezes. Other than that, if you bring your own hose, you're pretty much chilling. And then when it comes to the actual process of washing the vehicle, this is also a huge pain, right? Because the second you lay down soap, it freezes. And then if you can't rinse it down, guess what? It's also going to freeze. So what we did a ton of last year was use rinseless wash. And this is so that we could completely eliminate the use of soap. All you have to do is give the vehicle a light rinse and then have a bucket with rinseless water and another bucket of clean water, of course. You're using a whole lot less water and it's actually way quicker. And then when it comes to interior detailing, rather than using sprays, APCs, brushes, you pretty much just stick to steam and clean the entire car with it. One, it's warm, it'll keep you warm. Two, you don't have to worry about chemicals and products. So steam is a huge lifesaver when you're trying to do interior details during the winter. And then a huge lifesaver when it comes to apparel, because obviously it's cold as shit. Your hands get destroyed, your feet, your shoes, everything. It's just brutal. So what I did last year for all my techs is I got them electric heated gloves, jackets, and even pants. Are a little pricey, but let me tell you, making a small investment beats being miserable for the entire winter season 1,000 times. All right, so now that we've actually covered how to operate during the winter, I'm gonna now share with you how you guys could stay busy during the winter as well. Because if you don't have any jobs, you can't do any of the shit I mentioned, can you? So number one is gonna be push maintenance like crazy. Start early and don't just do it by posting some bullshit Instagram story or sending your clients a text. It's not gonna be that easy. You want to personally pitch every single one of your past clients. And the best way to do this, of course, is over the phone. And the best thing about it, this is literally the easiest pitch of your life because every single person you'd be talking to has used your service before. They already know, trust, and like you. You just have to give them a good enough reason and make it make sense to them as to why they would need to get their car detailed on a consistent basis. Right now is a perfect time to do that because winter absolutely destroys cars. There's three things you want to frame it around. First is protection from salt, mud, grime. Then the convenience factor, the fact that you can still do home and office visits during the winter season is huge. And then finally, trust, which you already have, being that you've serviced them before. So if you frame your maintenance packages around these three factors, it's gonna be huge for you. And another thing we did last year, which was huge for us, is we did pay in full maintenance packages. So at the beginning of the new year's, you could do this earlier if you'd like, but I called up every single one of my top clients from the previous year who got their car detailed the most often. I gave them an amazing offer for us to take care of their car throughout the entire year. They could only get that price if they paid in full right now. You might be hearing that, who's gonna pay, thousands of dollars front to have their car detailed, but you'd honestly be surprised. We closed close to 10K upfront with these custom maintenance packages. All right, now moving on, winter gift card specials are going to be absolutely huge for you guys. Winter are the holidays, and that means people are spending for other people, which is a huge opportunity for you to present detailing gift cards to the public. I think the number is Starbucks has over $2 billion in unused gift cards, which is just insane. So of course your hope is that they do use them to stack up reviews and they're obviously paid for, but I had dozens and dozens of people last year who bought gift cards, and the people who they got them for didn't end up calling us, texting us, booking online, anything. So it's literally just free money. And the best part about a detail gift card is that it's super original and thoughtful. People actually like gifting it. It's literally for anyone, for moms, coworkers, spouses. So how do you actually go about setting up gift cards and marketing them? Well, the setup is super simple. You could use a website called giftup.com. You could go in, create an account for your business, and then create custom gift cards. And the best thing is they're all digital. You don't have to do any in-person fulfillment. And if the person wants a physical card, you have the ability to include custom gift card designs that your clients could print out and use for the gift. And then you could just add a new page to your website if you don't already have one that covers gift cards completely. Now, how do you actually promote them? One, you want to start posting on your social media feeds and your stories. Two, hit up every single past client of yours, letting them know that you're now offering gift cards for the holidays. Three, you could email blast if you have all your clients' information saved somewhere. And then you could even go as far as creating physical gift cards and leaving them in local businesses if you don't have a physical shop yourself. Now, the next point that's going to keep you and your business busy during the winter is fleet and dealership accounts. In the beginning of winter last year, we landed a contract with a smaller dealership that brought the business 7 to 10 cars every single week for full details. When most of you guys think of staying busy during the winter, you just think of your typical residential clients, which is fine, but here's the issue. Most people are getting their cars detailed less in the winter, but businesses don't stop because money relies on the fact of their vehicles being clean. And that's when you become a necessity. What the fuck?
Can I be in your video?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on Instagram?
No. You're too retarded for Instagram. You can be on YouTube. Every single industry, of course, still stays in business during the winter. There's delivery vans, HVAC, electrician, construction crews. They're all still working. Dealerships still sell new and used cars. And every single car needs to be clean before it hits the lot. And these businesses, all they care about is consistency. They have a ton of business for each and every one of you guys out there. So in the winter, you don't need more clients. You literally just need a few of these solid accounts. Keep your calendar booked out every single week. So who do you want to target and why? First, you want to go for the used car dealerships. Not the brand new, not the Benz of Beaumont. You want the smaller dealerships that specialize in newer used cars. I'm not talking about like the shitty Mexican lots. You want intermediate. So between those and between the huge dealerships. That's because these smaller ones don't have full-time dedicated detail employees like the big dealerships. They're consistently turning inventory, and either one, they're using a shitty company, two, they're paying a full-time employee way too much if they have one, or three, they just don't have someone at all. Trust me, all these dealerships are open to outsourcing because there's not many companies out there that do good work at a good price at a consistent rate. And then when it comes to commercial fleets, you literally want to target any company and every company that have fleet vehicles. It doesn't matter. The more you reach out to, the more might be interested and the higher chances you have of landing a contract. And then a bonus one you can reach out to are rental and loaner fleet cars. So you can hit up owners that list their cars on Turo. You could go for larger rental companies in your city. And they're great customers because all their vehicles need to be turned fast and their business relies on the cleanliness of their vehicles, of course. Okay, so here's the strategy for approaching both dealership, rental, and fleet accounts. So first of all, you don't want to pitch your packages to these companies like you would for any other retail client. These are businesses, so you need to talk to them like businesses. You need to hit on consistency, speed, reliability, cost saving, and of course, professionalism. You could either call them up or do it in person. I'd always recommend going in person. You're going to be taken a lot more serious, and most importantly, you're going to get an answer right then and there. You could walk in and just say something simple like, hey, is there a manager or someone who takes care of your detail accounts? And then once you get that person, just let them know that you don't want to take too much of their time, but you own and run a local mobile detailing business here in town. And I want to see what your current setup looks like for details. Are you sending vehicles out somewhere? Do you have someone come in-house? And then once you find that information, you want to find a gap in their system. One, if they're sending cars out, that's just not ideal. Obviously, they're wasting time and money. You could go and do them on site. And then if they already have someone doing them, you want to find out what price they're doing them at, how long it's taking them, and make sure the dealership is actually happy with the results that they're getting. And then the next part is obvious, of course. Once you get all that information, you offer your business and your services as a solution to every single one of the problems that they're currently facing. And guys, this is really just a numbers game. Not every single business, not every single dealership, not every single rental company is going to be interested or in the need of a detail service, but they're definitely out there. You just have to find them. If you start off with approaching a few and it doesn't go as you plan, don't give up, stay determined, and just continue putting in the hours and the reps. A great way to get these people even more enticed is you could offer a free detail. So use this sometimes if they're a bit hesitant to get my foot in the door. I'd offer a business a free detail on one of their fleet vehicles. If it was a dealership, rather than doing a detail on one of the cars for sale, I do a free detail for a sales manager, an owner, someone of authority who works at the dealership. And another thing you could do if they're currently working with a detailer is offer new services their current detailer isn't doing or isn't skilled in. And the number one thing is paint correction. If you could offer a good paint correction service, dealerships love it because it adds money to their pockets, right? You're increasing the value of their inventory, which in turn gives them more money. Believe it or not, a lot of guys don't know how to do a proper paint correction. This could also be headlight restoration, stain removal, ozone treatment, literally anything that's out of the normal. And then another bonus you guys could offer in your marketing, outreach, whatever it may be, is winter only offers. People are really gonna be concerned about the protection of their interior with mud being tracked in, snow, dirt, you know, all that sort of stuff. And the best things to pitch are gonna be floor mat protection, fabric protection, and any type of interior ceramic coating. And I don't need to go too in depth to that, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. If you're running ads, make sure to mention that. All your past clients, keep them updated, keep them in the loop, let them know that you're doing special deals on those specific upsells, and make sure you're including that in your Google business profile updates and your website as well. So here's the thing, a lot of detailers unfortunately go out of business during the winter, but if you do all these things I mentioned consistently, you have the opportunity to actually grow. I want you guys to really think about this for a second. Winter is a filter. It separates the casual detailers from the ones who are building a business that is real. Most guys slow down, take their foot off the gas, and blame bad weather. But the detailers who stay consistent, even when it's cold, even when it's uncomfortable, those are the ones who will always come out on top when spring comes around. It's not just a slow season, it can seriously put you ahead if you play the game right. When there's less noise, you have the opportunity to put more attention on your business. And if you're the only one who's consistently showing up in your market, you're gonna always win. And this is a perfect time to dial in all the systems in your business. Set up a CRM, automate every single thing you don't need a human to do. Work on your website, get your ads going, get as many reviews as possible, and use this as an opportunity to deepen your client loyalty. Winter is a perfect time to check in on all your best clients, to give them these offers with special upsells and maintenance, and build the trust right now that most detailers aren't willing to take the time to create. So rather than questioning if you're gonna make it through this winter, ask yourself, how can I set up myself to dominate when spring hits? All right, boys, now here's the thing. If you're watching this video, don't just watch it and then go fuck off. I want you guys to actually take just one thing. You don't have to do all three at once. Pick one thing and start taking action on it right now. Whether it's building up lists for fleet and dealerships to go reach out to, or setting up your gift card accounts, or building out new packages, anything, do it right now. And if you want my full templates, pitch scripts, and referral setups, just DM me the word winter on Instagram at DK Mobile Wash, and I'll send that all to you for completely free. I hope you guys found this video valuable. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's video as well, as I'm going to be posting these videos every single Sunday. And we'll see you guys in the next one.